So Megan will be speaking at her company staff meeting tomorrow. It's a group of about 100 people, a small portion of which are familiar with the Oz principle. Most do not have any background information. Please participate in the breakout activity that she'll be leading. She's looking for the audience to learn the concept and be able to use it. Please welcome Megan, the Oz principle. The Oz principle, Megan.
Thank you all. It's a pleasure to be here. I have to admit, I'm a Spider-Man fan. Has anybody seen the movie Spider-Man? Do you know that scene where his uncle is dying on the ground, and I think it's that scene, where he says, with great power comes great responsibility. Got some sci-fi geeks here with me. So I like that phrase a lot, and in fact I think it can go the other way as well. With great responsibility comes great power. And one of our key results, you just heard Laura Rose, our CEO, talk about our 3 key results as a company. And those are meeting benchmarks, operational excellence, and empowerment. Now meeting benchmarks and operational excellence, that can seem really solid, right? You can have a really clear idea, we know we're going here. And operational excellence, we know we've got to meet our compliance standards for the Department of State. But empowerment, that one's a little bit trickier. There's no really clear definition to what is empowerment in general, and what does that mean for us working here as employees? What does that mean? How do we create an empowering culture? Where that's where the Oz principle comes in. Who here has heard about the Oz principle so far? Yeah? We've got a couple people that have heard of the Oz principle. The Oz principle is a tool. It's a tool that we can use to create a culture of accountability. So just like that phrase that I told you from Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility, I think that can also be viewed with the words with great empowerment comes great accountability. And vice versa, with great accountability comes great empowerment. I think one of the amazing things about empowerment is that we can empower ourselves. And the Oz principle is a great tool. Click to my slide that I have behind me, but you guys are not going to get a slide, you're going to get this. Keep one copy for myself. So we're all going to learn a concept today. And we're going to have fun with this concept. It's called above and below the line. Now the Oz principle is generally the tools to the accountability, actually the steps to accountability. And it comes from this book called The Oz Principle, a couple authors down there. We've had consultants come in. We've really started to use this in some of the departments, and even some of your directors and managers have gone through discussion groups to really hone in on these keys. Those discussion groups are hours long. We're going to see if we can do a whole concept in 15 minutes. So I think we can do this together. If you look at the simple graph behind me, you'll see that there's a clear definition, well, in front of your hands. There's a clear definition there of above the line and below the line. Now, you may be thinking, when you read these examples, below the line, bad, above the line, good. We're going to get good and bad out of your head. We're just going to call this a human phenomenon. Now, I love to play with below the line. That sounds really bad there when you look at the wait and see, cover your tail, confusion, tell me what to do, it's not my job. But think about it, we can't deny that we do this, we're human. Something happens and we're like, it wasn't me, it was her. Yeah? It just happened. So I didn't know I had to feed the dogs. Wasn't me, I sent that email to her 2 weeks ago. I'm going to forward that email again to you to show that I emailed her 2 weeks ago. It wasn't my fault. Now, these are human reactions, and I have to tell you, we all have our favorites. So we're going to have fun playing around with our favorite below-the-line excuses. I can tell you right now, working with the Department of State, that is our go-to below-the-line excuse. That, oh, it's always the Department of State. They're coming up with a new rule that we have to follow, and now we have to change all of our computer systems to make sure that we're compliant again. It's going to take so much time. We love to blame Department of State. Very, very easy. So I'm going to challenge you to share with your partner right here. So you'll pair up, so 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. you're going to talk to your partner and share your favorite below-the-line excuse. Now, if this happens to be somebody you work with, you can use a personal example, no holds barred. If you have a significant other, you may be familiar with going below the line there. That sometimes happens, maybe once or twice, you know. So feel free, share. You're going to take 1 minute a piece to share your below-the-line favorite excuse. And again, this is not a bad thing. This is a human thing, so have fun with it. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. There you go. Why did you do that? No, we didn't.
Me neither. Me neither. But only one, especially like when the person comes, it's like, oh, maybe, yeah, it wasn't clear. Yeah. Yeah. I actually reject this. I never do this. Like I'm not like speaking person that like everything. Ignoring I no. I'm more honest with that. It's not my job. No.